Philippians chapter 2, verses 3 through 4. Do nothing from selfish ambition or conceit, but in humility count others more significant than yourselves. Let each of you look not only to your own interest, but also to the interest of others. James M. Barrie, the creator of Peter Pan and Neverland, made the statement, "Life is a long lesson in humility." I think I have to agree with him. As I thought about this verse and this statement, it made me think about what humility is. True humility is staying teachable regardless of how much you already know. It's realizing that while your opinion matters, it is not the only one that matters. It's putting the needs of others ahead of your own. C.S. Lewis said that humility is not thinking less of yourself, it is thinking of yourself less. 1 Kings chapter 1 tells a story of David's son staking claim to the throne. Verse 1 tells us David was old and he could not get warm, even with covers and blankets over him. With the end of David's life growing closer, Adonijah took it upon himself to exalt himself. Verse 5 tells us that Adonijah says, "I will be king," and he prepared for himself chariots and horsemen and 50 men to run before him. Verse 6 continues on to tell us that his father did not rebuke him by saying, "Why have you done so?" Adonijah continues his preparation in chapter 1 with sacrificing sheep and oxen and fattened cattle. He prepares his guest list as who he would invite to this celebration. This included his brothers, the men of Judah, and the king's servants. However, he did not invite Nathan the prophet, Benaiah the mighty men, or Solomon his brother. In verses 9 through 10. As we finish this incident out at the end of the chapter, we read how David eventually found out about the action that Adonijah had taken. David then takes the action of anointing Solomon as king. We also read how Solomon called for Adonijah and makes a statement, "If he proves himself worthy, I will not harm a hair on his head. But if he is wicked, then he will be put to death." Adonijah thought only of his wants and ambitions. Instead of humbling himself and working to earn the throne, he strove to take it by exalting himself. He made others feel small to make himself bigger. James chapter 4 verse 10 tells us, "Humble yourselves in the sight of the Lord, and he will lift you up." When we exalt ourselves or think more highly of ourselves than we should, we too are put into our place through a series of events. Here we had two brothers, one who worked hard, prayed for wisdom, and was granted the throne based on his life, and the other who tried to take the throne through vain ambition. The Lord lifted the one who turned to him. If we, like Solomon, continue to do our thing and work in the kingdom of the Lord, serving him and serving others, we will be exalted by the Lord in due time. Those who demonstrate humility, trust in the sovereignty of the Lord, they are thankful people who are aware of God's goodness and grace toward them. A humble person exalts in joy of others and can set aside personal preferences for the sake of unity. A person of true humility has a teachable spirit and strives to serve others. They forgive quickly because they realize how much they have been forgiven. Today I challenge you to approach every task with a spirit of humility. Take time to build those around you up. Tear down walls, not spirits. Take time to listen and learn and depend on God and not your own understanding.